The next speaker we'll have to hear from is Henry Rothrock, Pennsylvania Taxpayer Cyber Coalition Policy Analyst.
Good morning. I have about 4 minutes to get through this, and I'll just skim the surface of a few things I've noticed over the last 3 years being involved here. 76 is a nonpartisan effort, but it seems to have less support among Democrats. Why is that? When progressives talk health care, they point to Europe for examples. Only one presidential candidate mentions that those countries don't use local property tax to fund education. The Democratic 2020 candidate Marianne Williamson said, "The United States is currently the only advanced industrialized society that bases its education funding on property taxes, amounting to a civil rights violation against American children. And further, we need to end this immoral way that we primarily base our education funding on property taxes." Democrats are supposed to be the party of the working people. Their website says, "Many of Pennsylvania's workers are falling behind thanks to economic policies that only benefit Republicans' ultra-wealthy donors. While wages grow at a snail's pace, the cost of housing, education, and child care is skyrocketing, and a typical Pennsylvania family is left with less buying power each year." So, slow wage growth. School property taxes outpace wage growth and will always outpace income, and it goes beyond slow wage growth. People on a fixed income may have zero income growth, and property tax takes an increasing portion of that income each year. If you become sick, unemployed, or lose a spouse or provider, you will experience negative wage growth. The property taxes could even exceed your income. The next thing they mention on the site, from the quote above, is the cost of housing. Potential home buyers can often handle the mortgage of a house they're interested in, but the excessive property tax bill disqualifies them. In some areas, the property tax can equal the mortgage payment. The school property tax prevents lower income and young families from owning a home. Opponents of 76 are actually creating and perpetuating poverty. They mention cost of education. With high property taxes, of course, people can't fund their children's college education on the cost of public K-12 education. Some districts are responsible, others are lavish spenders, but in most cases, education industry spending has been growing rapidly due to the relative ease of raising property taxes. Their site also mentions policies that only benefit Republicans' ultra-wealthy donors. Many Republicans who support 76 are grassroots Republicans who don't think ultra-wealthy donors should be influencing legislators. The sentiment is strong common ground between voters of all parties. Wealthy donors may have persuaded legislators to avoid true property tax elimination. Wealthy interests benefit from special property tax incentives, clean and green, and other deals. They often have a smaller portion of their income going to property taxes than the average Joe. 76 moves property tax to income and sales taxes. 76 shifts the burden from those who can't afford it to those who have the ability to pay. Pennsylvania's first property tax started in 1683, based on the income potential of a property, not its market value. Effectively, it started out as an income tax. 76 simply modernizes school funding by using a fair tax structure that is based on ability to pay. Democratic legislators are not immune to wealthy influencers, especially the education industry, who profit from taxing your home and taking it from you at gunpoint if you can't pay. The amazing thing is that 76 gives the education industry a choice to do what's right for communities. Instead, they choose to selfishly perpetuate the property tax. The education industry have become the new robber barons. Look at the lavish six-figure jobs and benefits in your own school district. Expanding your enterprise by taxing people more than they earn, impoverishing them, and taking their houses at gunpoint, there's a term for that. It's called brutal oppression. Many legislators claim to support 76, and a majority supported 76 in 2015, but the vote failed. Powerful forces in the education industry, the business world, The state legislature have set themselves up as a priest class, and the property tax is a tool of brutal oppression they intend to continue using, as evidenced by the recent 5 plans and the hijacking of the term elimination by legislators to describe 5 plans that only raise taxes in the long run. Completely eliminating school property taxes and bringing school funding into the 21st century is not only the progressive imperative, it's the moral imperative, and it's everyone's imperative. Thank you.